This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. It is 4:02 p.m., time for the 4 p.m. 411 here on WLCN 96.3 FM. My name is Loyd Kirby. I am the marketing manager here at WLCN. And for the next half hour, as we do not all, but most Tuesdays at 4 o'clock, we talk to someone from the area. A newsmaker, something to say, something to talk about, maybe something going on. In this case, I think we have all of the above, as it's Mayor Tracy Welch from Lincoln, usually here last week, but adjusted schedule, so here you are this week.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep, that's all right. Thank you for being here. So anything going on in your world maybe like this week here in a couple days that folks should know about?
Might be a parade going on.
Okay.
Thursday night at 6:30. It's the Christmas Light Up Parade. We had hoped to do that last week, but weathers were just too cold for that one. But still, we had a good turnout for Santa at the depot. Really long line. We did hot chocolate and cookies and photos and all that fun stuff. So
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures. So
it was a great event.
And for those who may not know, Santa, of course, it's a busy time of the year for him, so he was booked to be here for the parade last week. Then with the weather cancellation, I don't know, maybe he'll send an elf or two, perhaps?
I don't know, maybe.
I guess show up and find out, or watch the live stream on WLCN.com. So you mentioned to me back when we first had a conversation about the parade, I was asking, because it had formerly been organized by the Logan County Tourism Bureau, which was in a state of limbo there for a while. You had told me when I asked you if there would be a Christmas parade several months ago, you said, well, we've got several people on staff who have been through parades or worked on parades that if we need to take it over, then we've got the manpower to do it.
Yep.
For folks who may not know, what goes into organizing a parade? I mean, obviously you can't just post a date and say, okay, here's the parade and everybody show up. I'm sure there's a lot of different arrangements, from parade route to registration to all the other things that folks may not think of. But what has taken place to get from there to here? Yeah,
that's a great question. It's a lot of work, actually. So parade route typically stays the same, coming down Wyatt Avenue, Kickapoo, and around the square and stuff. So the parade route stays the same, but to get to that point, we have to go back and look at the people who have been in it in the past, because there's some people that are in the parade or entries that are in the exact same spots every year for purposes specific to their entry. But this year we had to create a registration form. We had to put that out there. My assistant, Ashley Metelko, has been doing a great job working with Lexi Groves, who used to be on tourism, and they've been coordinating it. But it's the simple things. It's like you got to get ready to put markers out on the street, and you got to do the lineup. And then when you got to have a theme, we came up with the Christmas light thing. And this year, Scott McCoy's been doing some fun stuff with, instead of giving cash prizes, we're actually doing these small trophies that he's 3D printed. They're really cool. They actually light up. So it's those little touches that we're doing. And then you have things like the weather happen, which kind of throws it all out of whack. And then you got to scramble and let everybody know it's changing. Some people can come, some people can't. Like when the weather was bad, the Antique Auto Club was going to drive the Grand Marshal around. Well, they didn't want to get their cars out or couldn't because of the weather. Then we had to pick a Grand Marshal, which Kathy Williams is still a great choice. So it's all of that stuff trying to happen in a short period of time.
Yeah, and of course the wild card being the weather. You can look at forecasts and weather models and things, but like they say, Central Illinois, just if you don't like the weather now, wait 5 minutes and it'll change. So
I was just looking at the weather. It might get a little rain tonight, so there you go.
Oh, really?
Snow last week, some sprinkles tonight.
And then have you looked at the temperatures forecast for Thursday? Might you be
we were talking about that earlier
rather than driving?
Well, it says somewhere in the 20s. That's what I heard today. So it'll still be a little cold, but not too bad.
So hopefully the rain, any rain we might get, will evaporate by then. You mentioned also in there the Grand Marshal for the parade being Kathy Williams of Small Town Creations. I can't imagine who they would be, but if there are folks out there who don't know who Kathy Williams is, or what made her worthy of consideration and ultimately selection as Grand Marshal, can you tell us a little bit about Kathy and what went into that selection?
Well, Kathy, she bought Small Town. It wasn't Small Town Creations. It was called By the Bean. And she bought that, and then they took on the trophy shop. So they're right next to Guest House. They've got multiple businesses in there. She's been doing that for several years. She's really not been the primary person, but she's one of the people that worked hard to get downtown businesses kind of gelling again and working well. Her family does the Winter Wonderland Festival with the trees around the courthouse. The downtown businesses, and she's part of them, helped get the lights around downtown on all the buildings. The city's taken that over now. But she's just done so much for businesses, for the community of Lincoln, and I just felt that she was a wonderful choice, and ran it through the other people that are involved with it, and they agreed. And so Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned that kind of getting the businesses downtown gelling again. Folks may not know. I don't know if there's an official organization or not, but I know a lot of the business owners and folks down there meet periodically and just kind of go over what's going on downtown, what individual businesses might be doing, and things like that.
Yep.
So it's, I mean, some outsiders might look at it and think, oh, well, if I own this business and you own this business, I want customers to come to my store and spend money. But I think the adage is rising tide raises all ships. And so, if someone comes into this store here, maybe they'll go next door and grab a snack from this place, and then maybe someone down the street will have something different. So it's really more of a cooperative atmosphere or cooperative mindset, I guess, rather than looking out for my own slice of the pie.
That's a great way to describe it. I mean, they get together, they talk about things to help do cross promotion. They invite everybody to the table, and those that show up, they have those conversations. The city, I've always told Kathy and others that if you need the city's input, advice, whatever on something, by all means invite us, but we don't go to those regularly because we want the businesses to work together. And I think what we're seeing in the success of downtown is the fruits of their labor. Everything's just working very well.
Right, absolutely.
So,
and so once again,
they should all be commended for that.
Yeah,
Kathy's part of it, but the whole group that gets together, I mean, they do a good job.
Right, absolutely. So, and congratulations, of course, to Kathy on her selection as Grand Marshal. We are at 10 minutes past the hour, so we'll go ahead and take our first break. Once again, our guest today is Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. If you have questions, comments, things you would like to bring to his attention, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can send us an email, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more with Mayor Welch.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. Rich is being able to keep your loved ones close and also send them away. Rich is living life your way and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Contact Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Polis, 217-732-4001. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. And we are back on the 4 p.m. 411 here at WLCN 96.3 FM. This is the 4 p.m. 411, and our guest today, as I mentioned in the first segment, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. If you have questions, comments, items you'd like to bring to his attention, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email those questions, 4 p.m. 411 at WLCNonline.com. During our first segment, we were talking about the parade and some of the things happening downtown while we're in the downtown area, so to speak. We've mentioned before about the city buying the old Heartland Bank and Trust building, about some different offices and perhaps renting space and a museum and so forth going in there. I understand there's some progress on that front as well.
Yeah, the museum side of it has been cleared out for the most part, and we're starting to bring in things for exhibits that'll be part of it. But we got a load of lumber and insulation and stuff, so we're going to start seeing walls going up and starting to build that out. We've got the train itself, that exhibit. We're in possession of that now as well, and so things are going smooth. We're shooting for a beginning of April opening, so I think we're doing pretty well, and we're on track for that.
And as you mentioned, it's going to be sort of the tourism headquarters, sort of a central point for folks who maybe are visiting the downtown area, visiting Lincoln, where they can maybe stop in, get information, ask questions, maybe a wall of brochures or something there as well. We've also mentioned the lead offices will be in there, and that they're going to play a role in what happens in that building. Can you tell us a little more about that as Dolly decides she wants to come visit you?
Yeah, she will again. No, that's great. Yeah, so part of the building there on the corner at 500 Broadway, that's going to be our Economic Development Center, and we have an agreement now that's signed with Loyd and Andrea Runge and the Loyd organization. They're actually going to operate out of that building now and help us with the incubator and just the city as a whole in economic development. So that's huge. We'll probably see Andrea, get more comfortable in there and her team probably around the first of the year. So we got some work that we're doing in that building still, but that piece of it is going to be up and going. In our administrative office, Ashley Matelko's already there. So the city already has a presence in that building, and we'll just continue to grow it and see what happens.
And so I know it's sort of it's uncharted territory, so you're probably maybe making decisions on the fly as different things come up. But how do you kind of foresee that building being used? Because, as you said, your assistant is in there, Ashley Matelko, Loyd being there. Will they sort of tag team as far as being like sort of ambassadors for the city, for lack of a better term, as far as people coming in and asking questions, or will Ashley handle sort of the regular citizens and Andrea deal more with folks who might have business interests, or how do you kind of see that?
The primary purpose of taking Ashley down there was because it's a city building, and I want a city presence in that building, somebody that can answer city questions. Ashley, anybody can go to all three of them. They'll just send them in the right direction. But if they do go into Ashley's office and it's tourism related, she'll send them to Scott. If it's economic development, she'll send it to Andrea, and vice versa. So I think it's like three different functions working in a shared space. But they're three very different functions that we need in the community.
Right.
So.
And, of course, with that space, and won't rehash the whole thing as far as Logan County tourism and Lincoln tourism coming into play and so forth, but you've mentioned on previous appearances here about the potential uses for the depot as far as like maybe a rental space for folks to rent out. Has there been any changes, upkeep, anything happening in that regard?
Yeah, that building's actually already been used by people. The Lincoln Women's Club had an event. They had a luncheon there. And then we had Santa at the depot that was already ready to go. But we've got approval from the council. We've got an actual agreement that people can enter into for renting that space out. We've got all the tables and chairs and the stuff that we need for that building now. There will be a few things we have to do here and there, but for the most part, it's already up and running, and it's working out really well.
And if folks are interested in inquiring about renting it, do they contact you or Ashley? Or
they should contact Ashley. She's managing the depot rentals for that property. So, yeah, they can contact Ashley.
Had a question there and it totally slipped away, so I guess we will move on. You had mentioned while we're kind of on the topic of tourism, and that a grant has been approved or been received to help with tourism. Can you tell us a little more of the details on that?
Yeah, so the Route 66, there was another grant that was made possible this year specific to Convention and Visitors Bureau, CVBs. The Logan County Tourism Bureau is a CVB, and we are partners with the CVB, the Tourism Bureau. So in partnership with them, a grant request was submitted, and we found out this week that it was awarded. So there will be an official announcement coming out from the Tourism Bureau today, tomorrow, somewhere in there. But, that's huge for us because our portion of that grant's $400 and almost $12,000.
Oh, wow.
And so we can use it to pay for the purchase of the bank building, the remodeling of the building and all of that stuff inside of there. There's also some new murals, new benches. One thing that's exciting is if you've seen the donut that is next to Melacrene, well, we're going to get a copper penny that's basically that same size. So we'll have another attraction here in town, and then some Route 66 signage and stuff like that. So, it's just going to help with our tourism program.
Sure.
It'll help grow it.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, our guest is Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. He's here for another little more than 10 minutes, up until about the 4:30 bottom of the hour. So if you have questions, comments, items, city business you'd like to ask him about, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email us, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. We're close enough to 20 after. We'll go ahead and take our second break now, and we'll be back in 2 minutes with more with Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. Rich is being able to keep your loved ones close and also send them away. Rich is living life your way and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Contact Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Polis, 217-732-4001. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. And we are back on the 4 p.m. 411 here with Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. Normally about this time I would tell you to tune in tomorrow to Viewpoint at 9 a.m. with Dara Entwistle. However, scheduling issue, there will be no program tomorrow, so we will hope to have that a week from tomorrow, another episode of Viewpoint with Dara. But as I mentioned before the break, we've got Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch here for about 10 more minutes. We were talking before the show, Mayor Welch, about there's just not been anything real like headline-grabbing sort of events or things happening, but there's been a lot of things that the city council and that the city's been dealing with in terms of just different issues and ordinances and exploring different things. So if you're up for it, I'll just kind of throw you a laundry list here of some of the things that we mentioned. So you mentioned there's going to be a no-knock list. Is that correct? Or a
we're going to talk about that tonight.
Okay.
This is an idea that through his partnership with others, Chief Meister brought to us, and I feel it's a great option for people. It'll complement the solicitor's list. And so the idea, and I might botch this up a little bit, but I think the general idea is that if you would like to get on a list, a no-knock list, and your address is on that list, Solicitors and individuals will be given that list when they sign up and get a permit, and they know not to come to your door. That's the gist of it.
Okay, so it's kind of like the no-call list where you aren't supposed to get junk calls and spam calls from solicitors.
Yeah.
Except this is for folks who go around.
That would allow us, if they do violate that, to revoke their permit and things like that. I mean, we are okay with them being in the community, selling the services and the things that they do.
Mm-hmm.
We just want them to be respectful of people's wishes and just be, professional and courteous when they go to your door.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we're on the topic of knocking and soliciting and folks visiting homes that may or may not be welcome, I noticed you made a comment on a post on Facebook. I don't know if it was today, but recently that an individual had seen another individual kind of driving around, maybe taking pictures of properties and things like that. I know you don't personally know who that is or anything, that there's no inside information you can give us, but if someone has that situation occur, that maybe notice a car driving slowly in their neighborhood, maybe stopping, snapping pictures, or going up looking in windows or whatever it might be, is there what's the course of action that you would recommend as far as that goes? Is a Facebook post the best
Facebook posts
for that?
I mean, Facebook posts are, I guess, good for alerting others to things going on, but discussions that take place within a Facebook group don't solve problems. If you are suspicious of activity in your neighborhood, call the police. Call the non-emergency number, 732-2151, and speak with dispatch. They'll have an officer come out and speak with you about it. If you have any evidence to show them, photos or things like that, I'm sure that they would welcome that. That'll allow us to cross-compare against solicitors' lists, see if it's the city, see if it's the county. I mean, there's always things going on.
Right.
This particular vehicle, I knew it wasn't a city employee because I know the city employees, and we have a vehicle that says code enforcement on the side. I don't know who that individual was, but especially now, it's the holidays.
Right.
Packages are on people's porches. People are going to travel and away from home. Any time of year, alert anything that's suspicious.
Sure.
But now would be a good time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned calling the police there. Another item of business with the city is looking, or not looking at, but actually hiring a new police officer for the city. That's going to be happening soon. But of course, there's the training and the so forth till they actually get up and running. But that will bring the police force, or how did that opening come about, I guess I should ask.
So we're actually being proactive this time. The chief is. It's again, he runs a great department, and he brought it to us, and I'm like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So traditionally what happens is we have a staffing level, and then when someone retires, we have an opening, and then we're running short shift. Well, what he's trying to do now is, we know that there's upcoming retirements and things of that nature, so we're going to go ahead and bring officers in now, so that when those retirements or whatever happen, we maintain full staffing. It means that we spend a little bit between now and then, but what most people don't understand is, from the moment we hire an officer, same thing with firefighters, they have to go through academy, they got to go through a process. And as much as we'd like to say it's 100% successful, not everybody makes it through academies. So we could go months short-staffed. The chief's just trying to be proactive, and we support that effort.
Absolutely. And so a new officer will be hired, but it's not an increase in the size of the force. As you mentioned, it's one person retiring, and this person's just basically going to take their place. So it's not like there's an additional full salary to the taxpayers.
Just a short amount of time, until that attrition happens. So
Okay. Also going on city business type of things. Been some discussion on a variety of topics of public interest. Pet licenses, massage parlors. It's not city business, perhaps, but I know there's been discussions, and again, this is probably more of a Facebook topic than an official city business topic, but folks are asking, why is gas so much more expensive in Lincoln than it is other places?
That's a wonderful question. Well, there's a number of factors involved in that. Some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't make sense, and I follow what people are saying online. I don't disagree with them. I follow Gas Buddy and I watch it. Even today I looked. It's like we're at $3.09 a gallon, and others surrounding, like San Joe's, smaller than us. It's like $2.94 maybe or something. And Mount Pulaski is cheaper. Clinton's cheaper. So what I've been trying to do is get in touch with Beck's and Thornton's, the big companies, because they're the ones that really help determine prices, or maybe not help, but they determine prices.
Right.
And so I'm trying to get in touch with them. I have, and I saw online today people were talking about recommending that Senator Turner and Representative Howder be made aware of it. Please give them a call if you wish, but I can tell you that the communications I've tried to send, they're a part of, and they're aware that I'm doing this, because maybe the state legislature can help. But right now, I'm just trying to get answers from these companies as to why the prices are the way they are.
Right.
And it's crickets. It's crickets chirping. So again, I'm trying this week. I'm going to start getting aggressive, and I'm going to start sending them emails every week until I get an answer. If we don't get an answer, I do enough interviews on TV and radio. Perhaps we can start having some conversations about that on the TV and get a investigative reporter to look into it. So
there you go. Yeah, because I've, as I'm sure you have, I've seen different posts. I'm not sure what is fact and what is fiction and what is maybe half-truths or so forth. I've heard things about a refinery being in, or something about the gas being delivered from somewhere. Was it Forsyth? Did I see?
I think there's a refinery over there.
Yeah. And then I saw another post that said, well, that refinery's been closed or something. And so, yeah, there's a lot of information which may or may not be true, and or may have been true at one point that is no longer accurate. That it's a very tangled web to tangled rabbit hole.
Well, I mean, you're talking the volume of the fuel they purchase, the traveling distance of getting it to the gas stations, the gas stations themselves. Today I was looking at it. You know, they have to take care of overhead and things like that. To run an Aeroco probably doesn't require as much financial resource as running a Thornton's or a Beck's. So they have overhead expenses, but still our constituents deserve fair prices, and I would think in proximity to 55, gas stations could probably come down and be more competitive for our consumers. I mean, the flip side is, and I've seen people talking about it, they're not buying gas in Lincoln.
Right.
They're buying it out of town, and that's certainly a choice. I have to be careful on my stance, though, because I also don't want people losing their jobs.
Right.
And these are employers of jobs as well. So there's got to be a fine balance in here. It's just getting somebody on the phone or to the table to talk, and we'll just keep knocking down doors, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, that takes us up to 4:30. So once again, we'll remind folks that this Thursday night is the rescheduled Christmas parade. What's the theme? Christmas light up.
Christmas light up parade.
Okay.
So all lights.
Yeah, all lights, and some. I don't want to say not exclusive, but one of a kind, I guess, trophies going to be presented to the folks in the parade. Also, we didn't get a chance to talk about it much, but you might want to mark your calendars for January 10th, I believe. Coffee with the mayor. Looks like you've got two folks lined up this time: Alderman Stan Anderson, as well as Building and Safety Officer Wes Woodhall.
Yep.
And that's January 10th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Guest House Coffee and Pastries. So once again, Mayor Welch, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We'll talk to you again next month. As I mentioned before, no Viewpoint tomorrow with their Entwistle, so you can tune in next week, and we'll have more local programming for you here on WLCN. Thanks for listening and watching this time. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.